What's going on, guys? DLegend here. Today we have a really cool PSA submission video for you guys. So it's going to be an interesting one because there's going to be two kind of parts to it. So the first part of this video is going to be me going over some of the cards that we are going to be submitting for a couple friends that will be submitted through the Express tier. So Express is $150 per card right now, which is kind of crazy if you think about it. But I do have two separate friends that are interested in submitting through me as a middleman. So I will be submitting two cards for each of them, and I'll go over those in just a second here. And then the second part of this video is going to be me going over the cards that I will be submitting through the PSA economy tier, which I will kind of talk about a little bit more after this as well. So let's dive right into the Express tier submission first and foremost, because it is really epic. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Toss this video a like if you enjoy this kind of content, and yeah, show me some love by just subscribing and liking, sharing this video, doing all that good stuff. Leave a comment, tell me your favorite card from the submission, and yeah, we'll get started here. So you guys probably already saw my mail day video. If I didn't release that yet, then sorry, but so first and foremost, we have these two cards that we're going to be submitting for a friend. His name is Crashtown Collecting on Instagram. He's from the UK. He ended up shipping these to me. He also has a few other cards that are just not, like, they haven't showed up yet. So hopefully we can submit these and get PSA 10s for him. For both of these, I'm not going to take them out of their packaging because he didn't specifically ask me to just do a pre-grade for these or anything like that, or to inspect the cards beforehand. But number 99 Utopic Dragon, really cool looking card from the new challengers. First edition, secret rare, beautiful card. It looks really well centered and everything else. And I'm assuming it's pack fresh minty that he pulled it himself, so we're going to be submitting this for him. I don't think it's a really expensive card to begin with, to be honest with you, but it is a card that I think he has a lot of sentimental value attached to. So I think that's why we're grading both of these, because they're not expensive cards per se, but like he really wanted them graded at the $150 Express tier. So I guess it is what it is. Regular doesn't look like it's coming back anytime soon for the general public. I mean, it will, but it'll be allocated, so that's gonna be tough. ZW Leo Arms is from Cosmo Blazer, by the way. It's first edition. It is like off-centered, unfortunately, like left to right, so left border is thicker than the right side there, unfortunately. But really cool ultimate rare as well from Cosmo Blazer, and he's a big fan of these Zexal and Arc 5 cards, so we're gonna grade those for him. Again, $150 per card, so pretty expensive. So he's holding them in his collection, I'm assuming, rather than selling them, because again, they're not really expensive cards to begin with, even though raw. So yeah, that's that. Next up, we have two really expensive cards that are even really expensive as raw cards. So firstly, we have a Cyberdark Dragon Ultimate Rare. This is gorgeous. Let me just get it sorted off camera here. All right, so we have it there. That is what it is. Cyberdark Dragon Ultimate Rare, first edition from Cyberdark Impact. As you can see, gorgeous card. I've already washed my hands with soap and water, so that's why I'm not using gloves or anything, and I just don't recommend gloves in general when it comes to PSA cards, or cards that you're going to be submitting to PSA, or just in general for all collectibles. So yeah, really nice looking card. Ulti stamp is pretty heavily stamped, unfortunately, but hopefully they don't dock any marks off that for that. There's some weird like print lines there as well down the back, but that's just natural part of the card. So honestly, I think it's a really clean card. A couple tiny little superficial scratches there, as you can see, but and then some horizontal print lines across the top there too. So overall, I think this is a really solid PSA 9 candidate. If it got a 10, I'd be a little surprised, but it's really well centered. There's no edge wear anywhere. And yeah, just a clean card. Like, corners look great, surface on the front looks fantastic, just the back has a few scratches. That's the only real issue if you really think about it. So Cyberdark Dragon, we're going to be submitting that. I'm going to leave it in the top loader for now, and then I'll deal with sticking it in a card saver eventually. For higher end cards, I do like submitting through with card savers, just because number one, I don't actually have that many card savers, and they're definitely more expensive and harder to find than top loaders, in my opinion. So that's that. But yeah, for my first bulk submission that I submitted myself, I actually submitted through using top loaders, and they were pretty much fine with it. So that was also the hype of the TCG era, and that's when everything was crazy and impossible to find. So next up, we have the most expensive rock card that I've ever held in my hands, and one of the very first Yu-Gi-Oh cards ever printed. This is in first edition Legend of Blue Eyes, Exodia the Forbidden One. Is that wavy or glossy print though, guys? I'm pretty sure that's wavy. Like, I'm gonna have to ask some of my expert friends, but that looks wavy to me. Yeah, you guys let me know. Maybe it's glossy. I honestly, I'm really bad at telling, unless it's something super obvious. But I think it's wavy, just based off the top corners there. It's the best place you can see the actual hollow pattern. So beautiful card. I've looked at this off camera already, and there's unfortunately a few issues with it. So first, like, centering is perfect, like literally ideal centering. Only issues I personally see with it are on the back as well, which is unfortunate. Like maybe a touch of whitening down there as well, but otherwise not bad. Okay, so let's take a look at the back real quick here. So yeah, as you can see, actually there was another thing on the front that I'll show you after. Yeah, some scratches and scuffs on the back, which is really unfortunate. I don't know if I can clean that off. I will probably try off camera, just because I don't want to be put under pressure while doing it on camera. But yeah, some tiny little scuff marks there throughout the back, which is unfortunate. And then the top has like a touch of whitening there as well, unfortunately. So I don't know, guys. You guys let me know what you think this will grade. And then the top part here, there was something like, yeah, it's really, I think it's just a printing issue, to be honest with you, because you can't really even see it right now. Oh, there you go. In that lighting, you can. Some like weird lines there, and then some light can show off that stuff as well, unfortunately. So you can't really get that off. So honestly, if this came back as a PSA 8, I think it would be pretty solid. Yeah, a couple of little surface issues there too. So yeah, I'm not 100% sure how this will do. But because I usually only submit like really minty cards or cards that I really want for my collection regardless. I think he's grading this to eventually sell. It's part of his childhood collection. But yeah, a couple issues there, unfortunately, in the right lighting is when you can see them. But otherwise, it's a really nice looking card. I really hope it grades at least a PSA 8. But again, no promises when it comes to PSA, so beautiful card regardless, and I am happy to actually hold this card in my hands. Like, that is really cool. Exodia the Forbidden One. So let me stick that back in a top loader, and then we'll go over some of the cards that I am personally going to be submitting. So when it comes to the economy submission, it was a really quick little pop-up event that just opened up literally, I think I was on Wednesday, December 21st, I want to say, 22nd maybe? Yeah, it was the 22nd. There was a random little submission event for PSA Collectors Club members. So very cool, because it allowed all of us that are members of PSA to actually have a chance at getting 5 economy submission slots. So with the 5 slots, you can submit 5 cards at the economy level, which is $50 per card, US dollars, not including shipping, not including everything else. And so $50 a card is not ideal, but it works for some of the higher-ish end cards, for which I personally own right now. I'm not going to be grading any first edition LOB or MRD or anything like that. So anything for me that is high end for me is like stuff that are things like the cards that I'm about to show you. So first and foremost, the 2 that I'm going to be submitting for sure out of the 5 are going to be these 2 ghost rares. So Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon and Clear Wing Synchro Dragon. So we'll take a look at both of these in depth real quick here so we can have a pre-grade little thing for them. And then we'll also kind of go over a few other cards. So let's go with Clear Wing first. Let's take it out of its sleeve very gently off camera real quick here so I can show you guys the card properly. So Clear Wing Synchro Dragon. I want to be extra careful with this because I pulled this myself. Gorgeous card. Like, the foiling is pristine. I really see no real issues with it. Like, maybe the tiniest little scratch at the very top there by the edge of the foil box, but otherwise, gorgeous card. Like, pack fresh. It's slightly off-centered left to right as well, but I think it falls within the parameters for PSA of 60/40, so it could possibly pass as a PSA 10, as long as they don't see any other crazy issues with it. In terms of the back, it looks fantastic to me. Like, there's a few tiny little scratches there, superficial scratches that it just came like with out of the pack, so unfortunate there. But otherwise, it looks very, very nice, and I expect nothing less than a PSA 9 for this. If it gets anything but a 9 or 10, I would be very, very disappointed. I think this has a really good shot at a 10, to be honest with you. So hopefully that's what happens. But yeah, Clear Wing Synchro Dragon. One of the ghost rares that I pulled myself. I pulled this one off camera. So yeah, that's the first one that we are absolutely submitting, regardless of whatever people say. But the other 3 slots are kind of up for debate other than these 2 cards. So that was Clear Wing. Leave that over here. And then we have Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon, another card that I pulled myself. This one was actually on camera, caught on camera. And I'm going to be gentle with this one as well. So, Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon. This one is pristine as well. The foiling is absolutely gorgeous. Like tiniest little line across the front there horizontally, which is unfortunate, but not the end of the world. Otherwise, extremely clean holo. It is slightly off-centered, like, everywhere. It's, like, shifted completely. Like, top to bottom is off, and then right to left is slightly off as well. But again, I think it's probably within 60/40, so this has a really good shot at a 10, in my opinion. And, yeah, I'm hoping it does get that 10, because I think this is a pop. I think both Clearing and that's a really heavily stamped in I have Anubis. But that's okay. It's not the end of the world. Beautiful card. Again, nothing wrong with it whatsoever. Pack fresh, gorgeous. So yeah, this better get a PSA 9 or 10 as well. I would really, really hope for the 10 for this one as well as Clearing, because they are both really low pop. Just putting it away here real quick. Yeah, both of them are pop 2 in PSA 10 right now. So if I were to add to either of those populations, I would be very, very happy. So that's that. Those are the 2 that are guaranteed to be submitted at the $50 tier. By the way, the $50 tier for economy right now is the declared value cost, or maximum, is $999. So if your card is worth more than that and PSA deems that it's worth more than that, let's say you get a PSA 10 for either of those, and let's say there was one sale on eBay or on some other auction house for however much money, like $2,000, then you're going to be upcharged to the next tier, which is going to be regular, which is going to be $100 per card, which is instead of $50 a card. So not the end of the world, but ideally we can get 10s on those and not have to pay an upcharge fee. They don't usually upcharge you unless it's for a really, really iconic card like Stardust Dragon, Ghost Rare, LOB, Blue Eyes, stuff like that. So hopefully, fingers crossed, they don't upcharge for anything, but hopefully, even if we do get upcharged for something, it won't be the end of the world, because I will be happy to pay it if it means we got a good grade for something. Otherwise, guys, we have a few other cards that I'm considering submitting in this 5-card submission for my personal collection. So we have Elemental Hero Chaos Neos. Beautiful, beautiful card. I honestly do think that this is a PSA 10 guaranteed. Like, there's nothing wrong with it whatsoever. Perfectly centered. Back is pristine, like beautiful. So that is a really, really good option for me personally. We also have a Rainbow Neos. This one isn't quite as nice in my opinion, in terms of like how well it's centered, and there's a few superficial scratches on the back too. And then the corners are kind of cut weirdly too, so PSA might just look at that and be like, yo, That looks off. But yeah, otherwise, other than the superficial scratches, I hope this can get away with a PSA 10 or something, or even a 9 I'd be okay with. But the thing is, I want to submit both of these together because they are beautiful Neos fusions, and I just want them submitted together, like Light and Darkness, beautiful cards. Next up we have, if my camera will focus, Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon Ultimate Rare. So beautiful card, nothing wrong with it, really heavy alti stamp as well. I don't know if you guys can even see that on camera here, but probably not. So I'm not going to take it out, but yeah, really heavily alti stamped on the back there. And then there's some tiny little pinpoint dots, I think, actually. Maybe I will take it out of the top loader just to show you guys. Some really tiny pinpoint dots, unfortunately. So I would love to submit this card, but you can kind of see that they're really tiny little specks there. You can't get them off, unfortunately. But yeah, gorgeous card regardless. Heavy alti stamped, unfortunately. But I'm thinking this is at least a PSA 9 as well, which would be good for my collection. I'd be okay with it in a PSA 9. The only thing with this card is that I would like to submit it with the other Galaxy Eye cards. And I'll show you those in just a second once I put this guy away in its top loader for the time being. Give me 2 seconds here. Goodness. Will this work? There we go. Okay, got it. Yeah, so that's another option. But yeah, I would like to submit that guy with these two other Galaxy Eyes cards. So I have 2 Ultimate Rares. I bought both of these. This was from my locals, and then I actually tried to buy 2 of these, one from my locals, which was lucky because I tried to find another copy on eBay, bought it, never came. It was from like Croatia or Serbia or something. Never showed up, so unfortunate there, but I finally picked up a copy raw from my locals, which was actually really surprising because they never have like Ultimate Rares or old school cards like that, so really nice minty card. I think there was a few issues with it on the back, but not the end of the world, like just some tiny little edge wear there. If you can even see that. Yeah, a little tiny bit of edge wear, but not bad at all. And then we also have a number 62 Galaxy Eyes Prime Photon Dragon from Primal Origins. This card is really nice. A couple tiny superficial scratches as well in the back, but again, gradable. Hopefully a PSA 9. So yeah, those are the options for the time being. Like, I would like to grade these 3 together though, if I were to grade them. And that kind of makes me want to just submit these 3 along with the 2 Ghost Rares that I have. But there's so many other cards that I want to submit too. So got a Stardust Dragon, Collector's Rare. Pulled this one off camera. Really nice card. First edition Toon Chaos. Yeah, beautiful shine. I love Collector's Rares. It's just so off-centered though, unfortunately, top to bottom and left to right. So I'm not sure how that would do in terms of grading. I hope it's a PSA 9 at the very least. But again, I'm not sure if I want to submit that at this specific point in time, if I were to submit it. Next up, we have 2 copies of Clear Wing Synchro Dragon in Ultimate Rare. I bought both of these. Never pulled one in all my Cross Souls openings. But we did pull the Ghost, so that's cool. But I would love to grade these as well because I think they're gorgeous. Like, they just look really nice as Ultimate Rares. These are both pretty much darn perfect, other than centering. So just both are off left to right slightly. So I'm assuming these are from the same print run. We also have a few other cards for Yu-Gi-Oh! So we have a number 39 Utopia Collector's Rare from King's Court. Bought this from Snow Viper on Instagram, really cool guy. And really cool card, beautiful, should be a PSA 10 easily. We also have a number 17 Leviathan Dragon. I got this from the same guys I got the Clear Wings from, local deal. Beautiful card, should be a PSA 10 easily. Again, something I would like to submit eventually, just not sure if I want to do it right now. And then next up we have an Odd Eyes Vortex Dragon. This is a beautiful card that I pulled myself from Dimension of Chaos. The only Ultimate Rare / Holo that we pulled from that entire opening, I'm pretty sure. Should be a PSA 10. Nothing wrong with it whatsoever. So as you see, we have some really, really cool candidates. And then we also have 2 Pokemon cards that I really, really do like as well. So Rayquaza Vmax, I pulled this on my channel on my first ever Pokemon booster box, so that was absolutely epic. PSA 10 guaranteed. Like there's nothing wrong with it. If it's not a PSA 10, there's something wrong with PSA. Charizard Vmax as well, another gorgeous card. It should be a PSA 10, like centering slightly off, but again, it's within 60/40, so should be an easy PSA 10. That's not whitening, that's just a little speck of dust or something. Okay. And then same with the Rayquaza, like perfect back as well. So nothing wrong with either of these cards. Pack fresh. Beautiful Pokemon cards. I would like to grade these as well. So that's the issue, guys. I don't know what to do. I want to grade, if I were to grade these, I would grade them together though, because they're really cool cards. And I would like to grade out of this stack here. If I were to grade something together, it would be these three together as well. And then I would love to grade these two together. So that just kind of makes it harder to pick, if that makes sense, because I want consecutive serial numbers for these three. I want consecutive serial numbers for these two, and so on and so forth. But these two are non-negotiable. These are for sure going to be graded. So let me know in the comments below what you guys think I should do with the rest of my slots. I have 3 other slots that I haven't quite decided yet. So I think these 3 would be really cool to grade as the last 3, or also these 2 plus something else. Again, any of these cards from the pile here are options, so let me know what you guys think. And yeah, tell me what you guys are going to be grading in the near future if you are even interested in grading. But yeah, thank you guys for watching this video. Hopefully you enjoyed it. And yeah, if you have any questions about PSA grading, or if you need middleman services, hit me up and I can try to help you out. And yeah, that's DLegend signing out. Subscribe to the channel for more epic content.